Good morning. It is Wednesday, and we are going to listen to our third interactive read aloud. So, today, you guys will be learning about ocean animals working together. So, don't forget when we meet this week, we are doing 2 sentences about what we learned. So, make sure you pay really close attention so that way when we meet, you already know what you would like to write. This is really important since we are writing more and we only have so much time, we need to make sure we are completely ready. So let's start. Ocean animals working together. Some animals live together in groups, like reindeer live in herds and wolves live in packs. Do you remember why it's helpful for animals to live together in groups? Think about what you learned. Living in groups can benefit animals in many ways. It can make it easier for them to stay safe from predators, get food, and raise their babies. When animals depend on each other to survive, we say they are interdependent. In the ocean, some fish live together in groups called shoals. I thought it was schools. When they move together as one big group, they're called a school of fish. So they live together in groups called shoals. And when they move together as one big group, it's called a school. How do you think it's helpful? It helps fish to live together in groups. When one fish in a shoal finds food, the rest follow. With more eyes looking around, fish in shoals find more food working together than each fish would alone. Most importantly, fish group together for protection. Predators like sharks get confused and have trouble finding a single fish to eat when looking at a whole group of moving fish. Animals in the whale family, like dolphins, orcas, and these humpback whales, live together in interdependent groups called pods. Living in a pod helps humpback whales hunt. When the leader finds fish, it communicates back to the rest of the pod. Then some whales dive down and blow a ring of bubbles around the fish. The bubbles make it hard for the fish to see. Then the whales swim up toward the surface with their mouths open, catching enormous mouthfuls of fish. Pods of orca whales work together to hunt in a different way. When orcas find a school of fish, the whales herd them into a small area by swimming around them in a circle. Once the fish swim into a tight school, orcas hit them with their tails, stunning the fish. This makes the fish easy to catch. Scientists call this carousel feeding because the orcas swim around the fish like a carousel going in circles. Living in a pod is also a helpful way to protect and care for babies. Adult dolphins in pods work together to protect the young from predators and teach them how to hunt and communicate. Different kinds of animals can be interdependent too, working together to get food or for protection. Clownfish have an interdependent relationship with sea anemones. Sea anemones are animals that look like plants with stinging tentacles. Almost every ocean animal gets hurt if they're stung by a sea anemone, except for clownfish. The bodies of clownfish are covered with a thick coating that protects them from the sea anemone's sting. This allows clownfish to stay safely nestled in the sea anemone's tentacles and protected from predators. Do Do clownfish help sea anemones in return? Yes. Clownfish help sea anemones find food. Sea anemones can't move easily to find food. Instead, they wait for clownfish to hide inside them. When predator fish follow, they get stung and the sea anemone gets a meal. Sea anemones have predators too, and the clownfish help protect them. Butterfly fish like to eat sea anemones, and clownfish act as protectors by clicking their teeth to scare them away. Hmm. In other interdependent relationships in the ocean, animals carry other animals with them for defense. The carrier crab, down below here, carries a spiky sea urchin on its back. The sea urchin protects the crab from predators like a knight's shield. Sea urchins are usually slow movers, so the sea urchin gets to travel on a crab's back to a new area with new food. Both animals benefit. Similarly, this pom-pom crab is holding a small, stinging sea anemone in each of its front claws. How do you think it benefits the crab to carry the sea anemones? How might the sea anemones benefit from being carried by the crab? The crab carries a small sea anemone in each front claw to use as a stinging defense against predators. In return, scientists hypothesize that the sea anemones are able to find more food since they get carried to a new area. Many ocean animals work together and depend on each other. What did you learn about how ocean animals work together in groups? So, this is the question you can choose to answer. How did they work together in groups? Or you can choose a picture from the glossary. We have the school of fish, pod of whales, dolphins, orca whales, shark, clownfish, sea anemone, crab, and shield. So remember, when we meet, we're going to be working on writing in lowercase letters. We're going to write 2 sentences from what we learned from our interactive read aloud. And we are also going to be working on Jack and Annie's secret message. So I will see you back soon.